With NBA free agency underway, we'll take a look at what a future without LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard appears to be. The Dodgers' primary goal at the trade deadline ain't what you think it is, and we may have a lead on a potential Kings upgrade. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is July 1st, 2026, and the rent is too damn high. We dropped multiple breaking news clips yesterday about James and Leonard if you want the primary info. And if you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. We are on the march to 1,000 subscribers. And by all means, comment. So before we go through the news and notes, we have a look at the scoreboard. Dodgers 9, Sacramento 3. Dave Roberts wins his 1,000th game as a manager. Miguel Rojas and Tommy Edman hit home runs. Edman drove in 4 overall. It's a 12-game lead in the West. Magic number down to 66. Meanwhile, today the Dodgers remain at Sacramento at 6:30. Undecided will pitch for the Dodgers. Actually, the LA Daily News is referring to it as a bullpen game versus JT Ginn. So with that out of the way, we got a lot to talk about. So let's get to the news. And I want to start off with news that broke while I was taking the red eye to Michigan for work. The Athletic is reporting that the Lakers looked at restricted free agent center Jalen Duren and declared that he is their number one guy. As a result, cartoon hearts started popping out of the dude's chest, and they have a second meeting scheduled today. Now, I will grant you, all the Pistons have to do is match what the Lakers offer. But the Lakers have $52 million in cap space. They can offer a hell of a lot. So, hurdles to clear, they've chosen who their guy is. As for players who were on the team last year, Marcus Smart is gonzo. He has successfully parlayed a damn good season in purple and gold into a larger contract with Houston, which I realize is going to irk a lot of Laker fans. But considering the Rockets' recent history in poaching free agents from LA, does Dorian Finney-Smith ring a bell? I'm not sure this is the win that Houston thinks it is. Just a guess. Of course, if you are a Laker fan and you went to the social medias yesterday, you'd have thought LeBron James just gathered violent mobs outside a Crypto.com arena, painted his face, and rode on horseback screaming, "They may take your lives, but they'll never take me at the mid-level exemption." And then the mob went to pillaging, and the streets ran red with blood. Now, none of that happened. As a matter of fact, Jeannie Buss wrote a pretty nice little goodbye post on the socials, and James was gracious, replied to her with gratitude. Neither side hating each other. I don't want to spend too much time talking about LeBron James's future at all. I don't care. But there weren't exactly fans burning LeBron James jerseys in effigy. That's why I keep saying that I'm not sure we should care all that much. Consider calling it irreconcilable differences, a no-fault divorce. But thus far, it appears the Lakers have done nothing but subtract. And I get that. That should make your blood run a little bit cold. They also lost key reserve Luke Kennard to Phoenix. So let's not mince words about this. LeBron James is polarizing. Nobody hates Luke Kennard. Nobody. No reason to hate Luke Kennard. And he fit hand in glove with the Lakers. So yeah, it's easy to look at the Lakers and think that they were losers Monday. But here's the thing. You might have noticed that there weren't a whole lot of signings in the free agent debut yesterday. There's a few reasons for that. One, the class really isn't that strong. I get that. Two, there have been a lot of trades. I get that too. But 3, maybe teams and players are waiting to see what the Lakers are doing first. In other words, does the market reset when the Lakers make their move? Say there is going to be a big offer to Duren, or maybe even Walker Kessler from Utah. Does that reset the market? You bet. And the Lakers did talk with both of them yesterday. Moreover, I would say that the reason the free agent market is stalled is not just because of the Lakers cap space, not because everybody's saying, what is the Lakers' big move going to be? I saw the Lakers linked with 14 different players yesterday. 14. And if you think I'm going to go over 14 randos without evidence of movement, that is not happening, guys. I can tell you that the Pistons want to keep Duren and the Jazz want to keep Kessler. At least that's what they're saying in public. I can also repeat that the Lakers need 2 forwards, and their priority is a center that is superior to DeAndre Ayton. Maybe you're not fond of Rob Pelinka. I understand that. But I am fond of what the Dodgers have accomplished. And from what I'm seeing on the outside, much like all the transactions in baseball's hot stove league or the trade deadline, how all that seems to revolve around the Dodgers, the same damn thing is happening in the NBA with the Lakers. Keep that in mind. Reserve/G League stud Max Kleber is reportedly considering a return to Europe, by the way. And I want to repeat this. As for where James lands, I do not care. I use the example of a no-fault divorce. I do not care who my ex-wife is having sex with. Same thing. Don't care what happens with LeBron James either. What's done is done. If you're a Laker fan, let me know what you think in the comments thread. Meanwhile, with the Clippers, while I was on that red eye, power forward John Collins left. And by the way, he wanted to stay with the Clippers and instead wind up signing with the Pistons. Now, this throws the future of a few Pistons in doubt. The locals, I'm in Michigan right now, the locals are wondering what this means for Jalen Duren. They also are wondering about the future of Tobias Harris. Not that I give a damn about Detroit, but by the way, Tobias Harris is one of those 14 randos the Lakers are talking with. Now, the Clippers didn't lose everybody. Not that you should do cartwheels over this news, but they did retain reserve Kobe Sanders. 4 years, $11 million. And also, we mentioned one player from the Lakers, that would be Marcus Smart, going to Houston. Bogdan Bogdanovic has also left the Clippers, going to Houston as well. I went over yesterday's clip that I dropped when Kawhi Leonard was traded to Toronto, and I remember saying that I wasn't sure the Clippers win the Leonard trade. And then, of course, I undermined my own thesis by piling on the guy for 10 minutes, making him sound like he's the worst transaction in Clipper history, which, by the way, he's not, Bill. I went back, I thought about it a second time. Look, I still don't think the Clippers are a playoff team right now, and I'm also not sold on the Clippers' draft record, like, at all. Draft analysts can't stop slobbering over the Keaton Wagler pick, but was that really Clipper genius? And does this franchise really develop stars? The last one I remember they developed was Blake Griffin. So, after a day where I sat back and reconsidered everything, I still don't know if they win the trade. I don't. But what I will say is this. Draft picks are called assets for a reason. Since the trade deadline back in February, the Clippers now have 5 more picks that they would not have had. 3 of them are first-round picks. You know what that tells me? You know what the Clippers lack? They lack a go-to guy that the other team fears. Kawhi Leonard was that guy where the opposing team says, hey, our game plan is to stop him first. That was Kawhi. Clippers don't have that now. But can you trade for a guy like that with all those first round picks? You're damn right you can. You are absolutely right you can. So while I'm not really a fan of what they got back for the Kawhi Leonard trade, I can see how they can package all that together and become a better team. Absolutely. If you're a Clipper fan, let me know what you think. Dave Roberts said something that caught my ear the other day. The idea that the Dodgers didn't have a choice but to keep Emmett Sheehan in the rotation because with prospect River Ryan injured, there wasn't another viable option. Not with Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow still on the sideline. And even though Roki Sasaki's development has been predictably uneven, he's staying in as well. And you're sitting there going, wait a minute, the Dodger minor leagues are just flushed with prospects. And then you think about it a second time. Flush with outfield prospects. So, sources have told The Athletic that the Dodgers' approach at the trade deadline is not to go big game hunting, such as for Detroit ace Tarek Skubal. It's going to be about adding top pitching prospects. You can acquire, if you're another team, you can acquire one of these amazeballs elite outfield prospects that LA has, right? So long as it's not Josue De Paula, provided you are willing to send strong minor league starting pitching back. That's apparently the plan. Shohei Ohtani was scheduled to start tonight's game. That was pushed back to Friday to give the dude a little extra rest. They said they would do so back when Ohtani's knee started to blow up, right? Give him some more time off. Moreover, the Dodgers are in a stretch of schedule where they are playing 13 games in 13 days. So yeah, hence the pushback. LA called up reliever Wyatt Mills. They designated Jonathan Hernandez for assignment. Hernandez posted a vomit-inducing 8.15 ERA in his time with LA. Mills, meanwhile, pitched 4 games with the Dodgers earlier this year, and his ERA is 8.10. So this is like going from eating a crap sandwich to spreading crap on a Ritz cracker. Not sure that's any more delectable. Meanwhile, NHL free agency opens at 9 a.m., which is less than an hour from now. And all I hear about when it comes to the Kings is forwards, and more forwards. All the forwards, send them all to LA. Somebody for the top line, somebody at center, pretty please. Well, we have a lead. Famed NHL insider Elliot Friedman says his sources tell him that free agent left winger Eric Haula is angling towards joining the Kings. The dude played in Nashville last season. He scored 147 career goals, which makes him useful. And he's also 35, which makes him old. So, what do you really expect? 2 days ago, UCLA football lost a defense commitment to Michigan. Give Bob Chesney credit, he learns quickly on the job. So he turned around and inserted a blade into Cal's spine and swiped 4-star safety Miles Baker. Now the scribes are treating this move where UCLA just grabbed a prospect from Cal. They're treating it like the rekindling of a rivalry. Even if the Pac-12 is still alive, which by all accounts it isn't, the Pac-12 is deader than Benito Mussolini. But even if it were alive, this is no rivalry. Cut it out. Please tell me the last time Cal football was relevant. relevant enough to actually have more than one rival? Please explain that. Because the best I can recall anybody paying attention to Cal football is when the Stanford band ran out onto their field. Baker is ranked in the top 20 for recruits in California and in the top 20 nationally for safeties. So this is a get for Chesney and the Bruins. The loan for forward Matheus Nascimento has expired with the Galaxy, and this was a complete waste of everybody's time. And that's not necessarily slamming the player when I say that. The dude started 14 matches last year. He scored 3 times. And for reasons that I cannot explain to you, the Galaxy fought to extend his loan. And they did extend it through yesterday. So what did they do with that loan extension? Dude only played in 8 matches, all off the bench. Ooh. I love the Galaxy. What the hell? But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about what you see for the future of the Lakers and the Clippers with NBA free agency underway. And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We are talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Keon Cortel Queso production. Take care.